protect us. Makes things pretty clear.
I was trying to make things clear. I could have killed you all, I didn't.
As we were writing this season, it was really exciting to me to learn that these two characters, Rick and the governor, weren't even going to see each other face to face until we got to episode 313.
This is a bit of a risky episode for us. In the first half of the season, we're introducing a tremendous amount of new material. Now in the back half of the season, we're sort of pushing into everybody's character more.
Andrea has arranged for them to have a sit-down.
She understands the things that are at stake between Woodbury and the prison. She's aware now of exactly where things are going.
All she wants is for there not to be a war.
What is this?
It's a solution.
Absolutely not.
What the hell am I doing here? You told me.
Told him what?
You told me he was willing to talk.
I am.
We see just how formidable Rick is. Even at his lowest point, he can take on the ultimate potential villain in the governor, a man who believes that he is almost a messiah born to leadership.
I'm here for one thing only. Your surrender. The governor knows that what Rick will want is some sort of agenda, some sort of deal. He's heard a lot about him. He wants to test him and sort of see if he can manipulate him.
You see possibly the two most powerful people still living in this world having this conversation where you don't know if they're going to slash the neck of the other guy at any moment.
Would you step outside?
What?
Rick and I, we got a lot to talk about.
I'm not leaving.
I came to talk to him.
It's really horrible that he's so dismissive of her. That says so much about this new man, this man that has closed down emotionally. And I think he's starting to find the freedom within that and enjoy it.
It's just soul-crushing. It's terrifying because you don't know what these men are going to do to each other and to everybody else.
What we should be doing is loading some of this firepower in a truck and paying a visit to the governor.
Glenn considers going, but this is where Glenn is slowly starting to come around. He realizes he has to be more calculated about his decisions.
It's not the right move. Not now.
Just sending Merle there willy-nilly could get everybody killed.
Get out of my way.
No.
Glenn's learning what it means to be a man, learning what it means to be a leader. This person who is much more adept at fighting than him, he's stepping up to.
There's so much anxiety waiting to see what's going to happen with Rick and the governor. And the last thing that we need is your own family members fighting. Shooting the gun is a way to take control of the situation and say stop without having to say anything.
You know I'm right.
She gets that he's going to try and bring her into his plans, but at the end of the day, she's made a decision to be a part of the group and not to jump into her own hypervigilant path.
You're coming with me, and
In some ways, it's tempting. He's kind of representing her old, and she's stepping into her new. But she's definitely not going to compromise the ground she's covered with Rick and Carl, with Merle.
I know you got guns. That was quite a stash you brought back the other day.
The governor is kind of playing the games that the governor likes to play.
You can see him trying to poke Rick and try and get him out of his comfort zone and see what he's going to do.
He wants to play chess with him. He wants to wrong-foot him. You have something that I want.
It's an interesting episode because I certainly anticipated a kind of combustible energy, and it wasn't. It was very much a negotiation.
I want Michonne. He just lays his cards on the table and says, I want this. And he sees that it makes sense to Rick. Because Michonne is a new person in that community. Is she worth all the death it's going to cause on both sides?
I give you Michonne. How do I know you'll keep your word? That you'll stop?
Rick's still in a vulnerable state, and I wanted the governor to have power over him, and I wanted him to be poisoning my ear.
2 days. I'll be here at noon. His real plan is to kill them all. He doesn't want these people on his doorstep. He knows them well enough to know that they ain't gonna leave them alone. And his ego is such that he can't have that. It's about face and pride.
Andrea knows that as much as she hates the governor, that the only way that I can protect the people I love is if I go back and work an angle from the inside. It's the only way anybody's gonna live.
What does he want?
Michonne?
If we didn't have episode 12, where we get to know Michonne, it wouldn't have been a bigger decision for me. But that's a difficult leadership decision, and I think it's an interesting problem for the show and for Rick.
Why are you telling me?
Because I'm hoping you can talk me out of it.
The Walking Dead. All new episodes Sunday nights at 9, only on AMC. For more exclusive video, go to amctv.com.